standard newsletters, website, conferences, advice, support, research, consultancy. But very importantly at the end here, it's not a inward-looking organisation. It's not just for ecologists. It also includes people involved with golf. It also includes engineers, because it is habitat-based, regardless of the interests. So it's working. It's doing well in the UK, and it's moving forward. But what we're trying to do is move it forward on a European level, with the European Dune Network. We've got our own setup in the UK. There are groups of people in Spain. There are groups of people in Italy. There are groups of people in the Baltic, in the Netherlands, in France, in Belgium, and to tie that loose association together for the benefit of dunes. Working with the EUCC, we've formulated some very clear aims. If you look on their website, you can see it now. And basically, those aims are the same thing: to stand up for the habitat, to influence policymakers, to influence practitioners, to develop a vibrant network of people to exchange information, and to provide an important international platform dedicated solely to coastal dunes. This reflects the fact that coastal dunes in Europe are still threatened habitats requiring urgent action. This is why we're working with the EUCC, and it's integral and part of the EUCC, and we're going to focus on the EU habitats and species, focus on the Natura 2000 network, but it'll all be specific to sand dunes. So this network is written in the habitat. It's based in the habitat, and sand is the fundamental thing about the European Dune Network. What we're about is to try and value dunes at all kinds of levels, from an aesthetic level, public enjoyment, scientific, its utilitarian functions for coast defence and coast and flood protection. But to do that, we have to return to this model. We have to think about how our management decisions are framed. Remember that most of our work goes on at this level, which is limited because of practical constraints, but we should aim high and try wherever possible to have the widest beneficial impact on these valuable habitats of coastal dunes. So, to close, to understand the dunes and to make sensible management decisions, we have to value dynamic dunes. Dynamic dunes are more resistant to erosion processes. Dynamic dunes are cheaper to maintain. They are flexible and responsive. They have higher natural values and are more sustainable. These arrows on these diagrams are the movement of the dunes, the dynamic dune system. The moving sand is like the blood flowing in your veins. If the blood stops flowing in your veins, what happens? You die. If the sand stops moving in a dune system, as a sand dune, in effect, you could say it dies. Now the challenge, particularly in urban situations where there's limits and constraints, is to try and get those arrows re-established and moving wherever possible and practical. Thank you very much.